Today I wanted to share with you some products that we need to stop using. Stop buying these products, stop using these products. Trust me, just stop using these products. If you're like me and you love makeup, you love using makeup brushes and makeup sponges, go look at your makeup brushes and look at your makeup sponges. Are they clean or are they nasty and dirty? Are you putting a week's worth or a month's worth, I don't even know, maybe a year's worth of grime, bacteria, and all that yucky stuff that's trapped in your blending sponges or trapped in your makeup brushes? Are you putting that on your face? I mean, when is the last time that you cleaned your makeup brushes and your sponges? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how often do you honestly clean your makeup brushes and sponges, and be honest. You know, many years ago, I would use the same makeup brush and same sponge for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and I couldn't figure out why my makeup just started looking terrible. Also, my face was breaking out. Think of all the dirt, the bacteria, and all of the yucky stuff that gets trapped in these brushes. Now, these aren't too bad. I've actually only used these for about 3 or 4 days. But think of all the stuff, if you are not washing your makeup brushes and sponges on a regular basis, think of all that stuff that you're putting back onto your face. So not just for the sanitary purposes of it, but your makeup is not gonna go on smooth. You know, your eyeshadow, if you're wondering why it looks patchy and it's not going on smooth, when's the last time you cleaned your eyeshadow brushes? I personally like to clean mine every single week. For my makeup sponges, I have quite a few of these, so I clean these almost every day, every other day. So I like to have, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 backups. So if I am lazy and I don't get around to cleaning them right away, at least I will have one for almost every day of the week, and then I can kind of wash everything on the weekends. But I just clean my brushes really simple. I just honestly, I use any bar soap and I just keep it in this. This is one of the Dr. Bronner's unscented bar soaps. But honestly, to me, the cheaper the soap is, the better. Now, if you're using, you know, high quality makeup brushes, these are just some of my favorite super cheap Wet n Wild brushes. I could use Dawn dish soap with these. Even, you know, like that super cheap hotel bar soap that they give, that's some of the best soap to clean makeup brushes with. But some of my nicer quality makeup brushes, like my favorite BK Beauty brushes, and then these are by Refer. I will use either this unscented Dr. Bronner soap, or I'll use like Dove, something like that, a little more gentle. But Dr. Bronner's is usually my go-to. They have all different scents. You can pick this up at Walmart. I get mine on Amazon. It comes in like a pack of like 6 different soaps, so that this way I pretty much never run out. Another thing I like to do, if you have a compact that you like to keep in your purse, this is just like a touch-up powder that I'll use on my face throughout the day from MAC, but it came with a different sponge. Well, these sponges are quite difficult to clean. This one's pretty dirty. This one I used it for, I'd say, about 30 days. Sometimes I will just lightly spray these with rubbing alcohol, but it's kind of hard to clean these with my Dr. Bronner soap because the glue comes off and they always rip. So I get these, just a pack of these, really inexpensive on Amazon. It's already empty. I think 4 of them come in here. And then I'd say about every month I'll put a new sponge in my compact, so that I'm not using the same grimy bacteria, you know, who knows what kind of germs are just living in this thing after, you know, touching up our hot, sweaty face throughout the day. So I always just like to get the cheapest little replacement sponges so that I can put those in my compact. So that is the very first tip. Stop using these. Stop using dirty makeup brushes and sponges on your beautiful face. So the next one is the one that I showed in my thumbnail photo, and many of you are probably wondering, what on earth, why is she saying to stop using this? This has been my all-time favorite retinol serum. It has made massive changes in my skin. It is not an inexpensive serum at all, but this bottle's lasted a year now. I still have probably over half left. But you guys, if you love this product as much as I have loved this product, I'm here to tell you, you need to stop using it, and I'm gonna tell you why. And the reason why I'm saying you need to stop using retinol in your skincare routine is because if you're not using a good quality sunscreen in your skincare routine every single day, rain or shine, not only on sunny days or beach days, but every single day, 365 days a year, and reapplying throughout the day, there's no reason at all to invest in this retinol serum. That is a very expensive retinol serum, but I would completely stop using other products as well, like acids on your face, chemical exfoliants. This is a beta hydroxy acid. This is an alpha hydroxy acid face cleanser. These are some of my favorites. And I'm sure they're many of your favorites as well, but I would never, ever, ever use these on my face if I didn't use a sunscreen. If you use a vitamin C serum, this is one specific to get rid of dark spots and hyperpigmentation. It's a beautiful blend of a bunch of different ingredients that will help go to work and combat all of those extra spots that we have and melasma that we have on our face. But it's completely pointless to use a product like this if we're not using good quality sunscreen. You can use whatever sunscreen works best for your skin. I don't care if it's mineral, chemical, whatever sunscreen that you like that you will actually use. Really, that's the best sunscreen that's out there. Now, I personally have a few all-time favorite sunscreen products that work really well for my skin, but you know, just because something works great for me, it doesn't mean it's gonna work great for you. But this is one that I've raved about for years because it's kind of a moisturizing sunscreen all in one, and it's very affordable. And you know, if we have to keep reapplying sunscreen and put a bunch on, you know, sometimes buying a super expensive sunscreen, it's not really worth it unless it's in your budget. But this is just one that, golly, I've probably gone through 30 or 40 of these sunscreens. My husband uses this sunscreen. My brother-in-law is obsessed with this sunscreen. It is such a great kind of all-in-one skincare and sunscreen product. I mean, you really could get away with having a one-step skincare routine with this sunscreen. I have another video if you would like to know more details about this. This is by the brand Dermatology. They have a tinted one, and then this is their non-tinted one that I switch and go back to either one. But this is supposed to be a dupe for the super popular, you know, luxury brand Elta MD, but this one is super duper affordable. I also have a discount code for this, but I'm not telling you need to go buy this sunscreen. But if you're trying to restock, or if you've never tried this, if you want to use my discount code, I will link it down below. But again, you don't have to use this sunscreen. I'm just saying stop using all of your skincare, especially stop wasting money on expensive skincare if you're not protecting your skin. Along with me saying stop using your skincare products, especially your retinols, your vitamin C's, your acids, but along with that is stop using a foundation that has sunscreen in it as your only source of sunscreen. I hear many people say, well, I don't need to use a separate sunscreen because my makeup already has sunscreen in it. I have another video, I'll link it down below. It's like a super old video that I did, but I am guilty of it as well. Many years ago, before I really, you know, got into sunscreen, you know, hence the reason I have melasma and hyperpigmentation on my face, because of all the crazy stuff I did, you know, when I was younger with baby oil and foil and stupid stuff like that. But, you know, now hormones also play a big role in the reason why I have melasma. But if you think that the sunscreen that is in your makeup, your foundation, is enough, golly, I was so wrong. I wish I would have known this years ago, because for many, many years, I was just using my IT Cosmetics CC cream, and I always thought, well, it's got sunscreen in it, so it's more than enough. It's not enough. I literally use 1 pump of this sunscreen. I'll just show you how much I use. I hate wasting it, but this right here, this is all I use for my entire face. Actually, sometimes that's a little too much, because, you know, I don't want to have a cake face full of makeup. I don't want to look like pancake face and, you know, have, you know, all that creasing and cracking going on. So I'm okay with not piling on my foundation, but one thing I do is I pile on my sunscreen. So for example, when I use this sunscreen, I use about anywhere from 6 to 8 pumps of this. I don't want to pump it out now because I don't want to waste it, but I will link some other videos where I specifically talk about this sunscreen. I show how much I apply. I go in detail on the ingredients and, you know, what it looks like on the skin. Always use your sunscreen first, even if your makeup, your foundation has sunscreen in it. Now, for me, I do enjoy using foundations that have sunscreen in it because it's kind of like that little extra bonus, but this little teeny amount right here, this is not enough to protect my face from, you know, the damaging UV rays. So stop wasting your money on makeup and things like this if you're not using a sunscreen first. Another huge tip is stop using a towel to dry your face after you wash your face. Stop using your bath towel. Stop using the grimy community bathroom hand towel that everyone in your family has dried their hands on and it's been sitting there for I don't know how many days. Stop using these. After you cleanse your face, you should always use a clean, dry towel on your face or a tissue, whatever you like to use. I buy these on Amazon. They look crazy because I had them all folded. You could probably even go to like the dollar store and I get just a big stack of washcloths. I don't use these for my body. I use these to actually dry my face. I pat my face off after I wash it. And every time I wash my face, I get a new one, so it's reusable, you know, it's clean. I also don't use, sometimes I don't even dry these. That's why this looks like this. I just hang them to dry, but you know, it doesn't matter what they look like, but I don't use dryer sheets because I also don't want the chemicals from the dryer sheets on my face or my skin. So, you know, if you're drying your face off on that same bath towel that you use, you know, to dry all of your unmentionable parts, you know, I don't think I'd be wanting to use that on my clean face, and I definitely don't want to use the same hand towel or towel that everybody in the family has been, you know, doing who knows what on in the bathroom. So just go to the dollar store or get on Amazon and just use, or maybe you already have a ton of them in your house already so you don't have to go buy anything. Just get yourself a nice little stack of, you know, maybe 7 of them, put them in a little thing so that that's your dedicated face towel for every single day to have a clean one. And then when you wash your laundry, you just, you know, throw them in the wash, but always use a clean, dry towel to pat off your face. And I don't necessarily dry my face. I always just kind of pat my eyes to get off that water, because typically I like to leave my face pretty damp before I start applying my skincare products. All right, the next thing might shock or frustrate some of you, but we need to stop, completely stop using a Derma Roller or an at-home microneedling device on our face. And I'm gonna tell you why. Have you ever walked in the dollar store or TJ Maxx or Walmart or on Amazon and you see all these different Derma Roller devices? Now I know that especially at TJ Maxx, how they have all that discounted stuff, I know sometimes that can be tempting, but my goodness, I should have bought one. Some of those Derma Rollers, the microneedling devices that I've seen there, you guys do not put those on your skin. You are gonna cause so much damage to your skin. Many of them are not, they don't have the real needles. Many of them are just like a big metal wheel. If you've ever watched Jen Amber Beauty's channel, she goes in great detail on the different types of Derma Rollers. Hers are the real needle devices, so she has really good Derma Rollers. Just don't use those super inexpensive ones that you find at TJ Maxx or Walmart, because pretty much 9 times out of 10 they are not real needles. The quality is not good, you know, when you're using them on your face, you know, and I've used them for many, many years. I've Derma rolled my skin. I have not used a Derma Roller on my face now for, I would say, about 2 years, but I'm gonna show you one that I absolutely love that I am about to start using again on my face. I get it, we're all trying to save money, and it is tempting when we see those super inexpensive Derma Rollers, you know, at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or Ross or whatever. But you guys, I'm telling you, don't put that on your beautiful face. You will cause so much damage. You know, you're puncturing, you know, little tiny holes in your face, and who wants to put, you know, little metal non-even holes rolling it in their face, because you don't know what kind of damage, what kind of trauma you're causing. And one of the big reasons for me, I have not used a Derma Roller for a couple years, is because if you deal with melasma, not hyperpigmentation, but if you have actual melasma, you know, melasma is triggered from many different things: the heat, the sun, hormones, inflammation, irritation. Well, think about it. When you're using even a great quality Derma Roller, if you're using a really good quality one, it doesn't have to just be a cheap one. If you're putting those little punctures in your skin, sure, that's going to make your skin want to heal those areas and plump it up, and it's going to look nice and, you know, plump and full, fill in those wrinkles. However, when you deal with actual melasma, melasma is triggered by irritation and inflammation. So when we're poking our skin, you know, a bunch of times with one of those, that's going to trigger more irritation, more inflammation. And what happens with melasma versus, you know, regular hyperpigmentation, that's going to make those melanocytes go crazy. And oftentimes, especially for me, the areas where I have actual melasma, not just hyperpigmentation, the pigment will actually get darker when I use tools like a Derma Roller. So for me, that's the reason I don't recommend them if you have actual melasma, not just hyperpigmentation, even if it's a good quality one. However, like I said, I do like the ones from Jen Amber. She has really good quality ones, and if you want to learn a ton of stuff about derma rolling, you should watch her channel. She has a lot of great info on them. But one Derma Roller that I absolutely love is actually not a roller, it's a stamp. And I've tried different derma stamps that are on the market, but I just thought they were very painful and uncomfortable. This is one, this is probably my 6th one. I've used this for many years. This is a brand new one. I just took it fresh out of the package. Now, I have purchased these for myself with my own money, probably for the past 4 or 5 years, from the brand Banish Skincare. But I had shared in a recent video that the company had reached out and sent me their newest sunscreen, and then they sent me 2 of their microneedling devices. And this is probably, if I were to choose a microneedling device or derma roller to do at home, this would be one that I can highly, highly recommend, because I love that these are all real needles. Let me see. Let me try to zoom in and see if you can see. I'm using a ring light today because this bathroom at this Airbnb that we're staying in, the lighting is kind of crazy. But can you see these are all a bunch of little needles sticking out? These are gold plated, which I really love. I will share another video on how I use this, but really quickly, what I love about this is you're not rolling it on your face. You actually stamp this on your face, but I don't use it all over my face. What I like it for is around my lip, because the older I'm getting, you know, I'm not a smoker, but I'm starting to get some little lip wrinkles that are staying kind of etched in. So this is really good for that. So I decided to start using this again just on my little lip wrinkles to see if I can help plump those up. But what I love is instead of having to stick it in a separate cup with the alcohol to clean it, it comes with this little cup. You put your alcohol in up to this line, twist it, and then you can let it sit there and it cleans pretty much on its own without you having to do anything special. I think they even have a patent on this, but I can go in great detail on this brand and how I use this in another video. But I just wanted to share, stop buying, stop using those cheap derma rollers unless it's something like Gin Ambers or something like this. And also, if you're not cleaning it properly and if you don't know what you're doing, just don't use them at all. You know, stop using them, period. You know, go to a spa or somewhere where they're trained at the dermatologist office to have something like that done. You don't want to be putting all those little holes in your face and then put the wrong product on afterwards, and, you know, or just not have it cleaned properly, and, you know, now you're dealing with an infection or, you know, worsening melasma. So my whole point is just don't be tempted to buy those derma rollers or microneedling devices that you see at the stores. And there's even some pricey ones online that they are just terrible, terrible quality that could actually cause more damage to your skin. And that's it. I just wanted to share a few little things that many of us, myself included, are probably guilty of or have been guilty of in the past. And hopefully these little tips and tricks will help save your skin and keep your skincare goals on the right track, so that you're not causing damage and causing more irritation and issues that you might not have realized, you know, you were even doing. If you have any little tips and tricks or things that you wanted to share with everyone, I would love to hear from you. Leave your comments down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that you all even take your valuable time to watch my channel. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.